A very tragic event just happened today, just a couple hours ago. I was leaving my parents' house and was coming across the news about the drive through of the Christmas parade in Wisconsin. Horrible, horrible incident. At, as of right now, multiple news agencies are reporting several or multiple fatalities, 20 plus injured. Horrible incident. Some of the videos are posted to YouTube of the actual the car running over people. A lot of those videos have already been taken down. Um, just a very senseless act. Like I couldn't really, I could not imagine what must be going through someone's head. The hate, the the evil that would have to possess someone to run over teenage girls. Possibly, I'm sure there was guys as well, boys and girls, but from what's been being reported and what was captured in some of the video, there was a dance team of girls, and it's reported they were ages 9 to 15, and this car just flying through the parade, just targets straight into this group of girls or dancers. Like I said, it could be guys as well. There's This just happened, so there's a lot of information that hadn't really been put out yet. Either way, regardless, it's a horrible accident or incident. It's not an accident. The whole reason I'm making this video is the fact that, of course, sometimes early on when something happens like this, news agencies don't want to report if it was deliberate, it's an accident, so the drunk driver. I'm going to go over why I believe, just from the initial videos that were posted, but some have been taken down already, but for the ones that I personally saw as all this was unfolding and things were being uploaded to YouTube and social media, there's video of the car before it hits anyone coming down on the right side of the road, passing people that were in the parade. But that section of the parade, you would have like a float being pulled by a truck. Then there would be a few people walking in front of them, then another car, then some people walking in front of them, then another car. So obviously, this person driving didn't want to run into that kind of that left side, because if they swerved in to hit people, they would run into one of the vehicles. So this is why I believe, right off the bat, from the video that I've seen, this was definitely intentional. This was basically a terrorist attack. I don't know who did it. I don't know what their skin color is, and it really doesn't matter. Either way, it is evil. But if you watch all these videos, the video that was taken from up in a building looking down onto the parade, when the car started running over people, it had swerved over to the left side of the road and started running over people in the dance team. So that means that this driver drove for a little while on further towards the right side of the road, avoiding vehicles in the parade, and waited until it got to a spot where it was just a large section of people walking, and they had the ability to swerve to the left side and start, basically cut in and started running over people. So they had the opportunity for a long section of the parade where there wasn't vehicles, and they could just run over people at will and then swerve back out and go through the barricades and leave the area. If it was a drunk driver, I don't think they would have just made it that far without hitting one of the floats or trucks that was in the parade. This seems very intentional. It's hard to believe that things like this are happening. This town was only 50 to 55 miles, somewhere in that range. Let's just say 50 miles. 50 miles from Kenosha. We all know what happened in Kenosha. We know about the Kyle Rittenhouse verdict that just came down a couple of days ago. A lot of people upset about it for some reason. This country, it is so divided. We are so divided. Politicians, the media organizations, and the public, everybody is divided straight down the middle. There is no middle ground anymore. There may be independent voters, but I don't know where they're represented at in the media or on social media, because all we see is the extreme left and the extreme right. And you have our president, the president of the United States, even though he did use the words and tell people when he was reacting to the Kyle Rittenhouse verdict that people didn't need to resort to violence, but he states to the public that he's angry about the jury's decision. They made the exact decision they were supposed to make. It was self-defense. All of the video shows that it was self-defense. It was plain as day. Anybody, if they were in that actual situation, would actually want that verdict to come down for them, because that is exactly what happened. It was an act of self-defense. But our president, who is supposed to be the leader of this country, comes out talking to his constituents and says that he's angry. So if the general public, people that voted for him, if they hear him say that he's angry, he's upset at this verdict, then they have the right to be angry. And now look what happened just a couple of days later. Multiple people dead, over 20 injured, in a horrific attack on a Christmas parade just 50 miles away from the town that the Kyle Rittenhouse shooting occurred in. You can put the rest of it together.